What's up, folks? Change of plans on the chest freezer to Keezer conversion. Man, I did not think this thing through very well. Um, I was going to do the overlap and with my collar, overlap over the edge, and for whatever reason, I just was not thinking about shutting the lid. And obviously, if you've got this board mounted out here and you go to shut the lid, the seal is going to be in here. So ding dong me, didn't think about that until not last night, but not before last, after I worked on this collar Sunday all day, mounting all this stuff on it. I realized that wasn't going to work. So I thought about it the next day, yesterday, all day, about adding wood to the inside and bulking it up, so the lid would come down and shut to here. And that was just going to be too much more crap. And I said, the heck with it. Just done away with that idea. So I decided to either, I was going to come home and take the lid off and take it apart and see what I run into, and was either going to mount the collar on the lid like some people do, or on the top of the chest freezer like some people do. So the first thing I did when I came home was, and you can see I've already done this, I took the gasket seal, whatever you want to call it, and basically all you had to do was go around the edge and lift it up, and that exposed all the little clips that were holding it. There are all these holes all the way around, and they're not plastic like the new stuff. They're these little metal clips, so I can reuse them. So I got all those off. The gasket seal came off simply. There's the bottom of the chest freezer, the plastic thing. And under that, I'm assuming it's from condensation over time. It was really wet in there. All the insulation was wet, so I'm actually kind of glad it is. And I got a mess down here, but here's all the insulation, and it was all nasty and the yellow parts all stuck up in there, but I don't think I'm going to put it back. I'm just going to put some nice, fresh, new insulation. I've got actually a couple of rolls from where I did some remodeling way back, so I think I'm just going to put some new insulation back. And when I was in there, I realized that those hinges that I was so worried about cutting off or trying to figure out what to do with them, basically all there was a, right here's one of them, a tensioner screw. This right here went down through this hole, and it held tension on these tension rods. And these tension rods put tension on the old type hinges and held them in place. So after I got that loose and unscrewed, just popped the old hinges out. So if I ever do want to go back, I can. And that's that. So going forward, after I got all that off last night, and my first step was to see whether or not I could mount this thing on the lid, because I've been watching videos, and I've seen like a lot of guys like mounting their collar to the lid so it raises up with the lid and takes all your hoses and faucets and everything out of the way when you raise it up. So I really wanted to do that, but I can't do that because look at this lid. It's not very wide at all, the base part, and this is a 1x4, and there, even if I put this thing on the edge, I've got this blanket laying on here so I won't scratch the top of my lid, but even if I pull this thing out to the edge, there's just really not enough, I don't think. I'm gonna look at it hard again before I make a final decision, but what is it, 1/4 of an inch maybe? And I don't know if I need to go all the way out to the edge either, so I probably just will end up not mounting it to the lid, since there's really not enough room to play with, and I'll probably just go ahead and mount it to the top of the chest freezer. And the chest freezer is really got a good place to mount it to. It's nice and flat. Some of the newer style refrigerators have this molding, different kind of mold and everything, but I got plenty of room here. And this actually right here, if you can see it, is some kind of a little rubber cover, and I peeled it up, and under this you can see that, I don't know what kind of material that is, but there's actually already screws in there holding whatever that material is down, so I don't think I would have to worry about screwing into that and messing up anything, any kind of coils or anything. So that's the plan I'm going to take, I believe, is to, if I can get this blanket out of the way again, is to just go ahead and make the collar. It's hard to do this stuff one-handed. Take the collar and mount it to the top of the chest freezer. And all I'm going to have to do is shorten the 4 pieces. You know, I've got the front and the back and the 2 sides. And I'll just have to shorten them because they were made longer to fit, you know, to go over the edges. So that's really no big deal. And really the only waste I've got other than my time is the, and you can see I've already taken this one off, is that little piece that I had glued and nailed on or screwed on to use as the little stop when I was going to overhang it. I've already taken this one off. So that's really the only cost as far as material that was a waste. But, you know, you live and learn. I just, like I say, I wasn't thinking it through and don't have no other excuse other than that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do this, and you know, I was really concerned about, I guess, just the looks of it. It's not that big of a deal. I guess actually the seal will come down and sit right there. So no, actually it don't. It comes on out here to about right here. But I was concerned about that square corner sitting on that round edge and how it would look. And you know, some folks recommended, you know, using a router or sanding it down or whatever, and I don't have a router, and I don't want to put up, you know, I've already worked on this thing a lot and screwed up once already. I don't want to put a whole lot into it. I want it to look good, but I'm not too worried, and I appreciate a lot of people have sent me like photoshopped images, man. y'all got some skills going on, because I can't do that stuff. I've done a little bit of Photoshop editing, but not that much. But like B-Meyer 44 gave me a good idea about making my collar silver and putting some black pinstripes on it. And I'd actually thought about the black already, and I've still not decided whether I'm just going to leave this natural and maybe just seal it up with something and use the wood, because it looks pretty good. And maybe if I do decide to paint it, I'll paint it probably black, and may still do the pinstripes in red. I think it would look cool. But anyway, so yeah, that's where I'm at, and I just want to give you an update. And this seal gasket, I've got to try to clean this thing up. It's pretty nasty. Some folks had recommended soaking it in Clorox or OxyClean, and that it would clean up. So I'm going to try to do that, and I actually did get the model number off this thing and find online, and this gasket, believe me, it is not cheap. I can buy it, but it's $65 is the cheapest I saw it. I think some places were like 70 and 80. So it can be bought, but I'll be daggone if I want to pay $60, $65 for it. You know, getting on up there to half the cost of the entire chest freezer that I paid for. But yeah, hopefully it'll clean up, and I can just, if it doesn't and I don't like it, after I mount this back down, if I have to, I don't know what I'll do. Maybe get some weather stripping or something to put back on the bottom of this, but I don't know what I'll do. You can throw some comments out there. I'm sure some people's run into this before. But yeah, if you got any suggestions from now, like I say, I feel like I'm running in circles with this thing, but I'm going to get a direction, and hopefully in the next few days, and I got some other stuff going on. So, and I got to brew this weekend, so I've got a mess in here. I got to get cleaned up and be able to move around in my junk room, get the junk out of my junk room. So anyway, like I say, just want to give you a little update, and hopefully it may be a few days before I can get back at it, but I'll get back on it soon and show you the progress as I go. Appreciate you coming by the channel, and if you got any comments, again, questions, lay them on me.